Hi, how is everybody? I'm good. Dreary day. I am going to show you how I made these flowers. They're bead embroidered with a small cab in the middle. This one is a bigger cab, this one is smaller, and this is a headband I made last night with the flowers. These are tiny little stone cabs that I had. Unkite? I don't know. Some stone with a funky name. And I just glued it onto the headband. Really cute. And I started just by tracing a circle. I have this template. This is actually made for polymer clay, but I use it all the time for bead embroidery because it makes really nice sized circles. If you have a template or a compass, you could use that, or a coin, or any size. What sizes I use? 1 1/8 inch, the biggest one on here. But I've also used a smaller one, the 1-inch one. And I glued, these are 2 resin cabs that I made. This one's tiny, this one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to use this one because I don't want to take all day to do this. So let me cut this one off. I'm out of glue dots. So I'm hoping that this stays on here while I'm working. So let me get my beads out. I just used 11s and a few 15s to cinch the cab in. Just a peach color, transparent dynamite. You can get it from FMG. And these are Toho 15s. What color are these? Mauve Mocha. It's a matte color. And you're going to start just by regular, you're just going to make a bezel. Just a regular old bezel. I got a piece of hair on there. Where did you come from? Ooh. So let me get my thread on here, and I'll do a couple rounds, or one or two, so you can see what I'm doing. Be right back. I'm going to start by adding beads all the way around. I'm using 11s, 4 at a time. This is what I like to use. Pick up 4 11s, put it on there, put my needle down, and you want an even amount of beads. Put my needle up through the last 2, and then through the beads, and add 4 more. Pick up 4. All the way around so you get an even amount, because we're going to be doing even count tubular. I'll be back. Adding the last 2 beads, and I'm not even going to put it down in the Peltex. This is Peltex I'm beading on. I'm just going to put my needle through the beads that are already sewn down. And there I've got my little ring around. And now we're just going to do regular peyote all the way around using the 11s. So you pick up 1, just regular peyote, skip a bead, put your needle through the next bead, and when we get all the way around, we're going to step up, and we're going to cinch in with some 15s. Pretty basic. Tons of videos on this, including my own, but lots of them are really good. And I swear I'm getting some double stick tape for this thing. I'm so sick of it sliding it around on me. Skip through the next. Make sure your bead is sitting on top there. It doesn't want to slip down. skip and through the next. Ooh, don't get caught. So when I'm finished, I'll show you the next step. Real simple. Okay. Last bead. And then up through the first bead I added in this round. You guys must have seen this a million times by now. I almost skipped this part, but I just knew someone would say, "Hey, get it in here." Now we're going to cinch it in with some 15s. And I didn't feel like looking for peach colored 15s, so I'm using what I had out. These Tohos. So you're just going to put the 15 in between all of the 11s that we just added. Stepping up at the end, super easy. And when I get this around, I'm going to step up like we did before and add one more round, and then when I'm done with that, I'll show you how to start the flower, which is very simple and rewarding. I'll be back. Alright, get ready to add my last bead on that second round of 15s here. Through, where are you? Come on, come on. My finger, this finger right here, is so beat up from doing this stuff, it's sore. I've got puncture marks, I've got scars. Alright, there we go. I tried putting tape on it, I tried a thimble, feel like it was all thumbs. What can I do about this? I don't know. Come on, don't tangle on me, no. Ugh. Hang on. And we have our little bezeled cab here. Now we want to get our needle back up to the edge of our little circle. So I just put the needle down through all the beads and get it to the back of the Peltex eventually. And bring it up to the circle. And you can start with any count you want. I usually start with 10, but you can start with a smaller number or a higher number or whatever. There are no rules. Like I try to tell you people, there are no rules. So you pick up 10. I'm going to work up with exclusively 11s here and one color. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and bring them down here. I'm going to go across. I'm going to find the middle of that. So I count 5 back, put my needle back down into the circle, and this is going to make a little bump, a little loop like that. Then I put my needle up in between, halfway in between that hump, right here, and on the inside of the bump, like that. Oops. I'm going to work that way all the way around. Just pick up another 10. Bring them to the end, like this. Make sure this bead, this end bead right here, is on your circle, so you can be, accurate in the sizing. That's how I figured anyway. Count back 5 beads. 5, put your needle down into the circle. And then you're going to want to bring your needle up to where this first bump started. So you're going to bring your needle up here. And inside, I'm sorry, I gotta see, like this, and then back up. Another 10, and you're going to continue adding beads all the way around. Nine, 10. Count 5 back. Needle down. Needle up through where the last loop ended. And inside the petal. So I'm going to do that all the way around, and then we're going to add another row of 12 and see how full that is. If we have space, we can add another row of 14, but let's see how this goes. All right, I'm putting in my last little bump and here's my last one right here. So I'm going to put my needle around and I'm not even going to count back. Put my needle around next to the beginning of that first hump there and put my needle down. And we have our ring. And you're going to put your needle up closer to the center now. Oops. And we're going to count out 12. And do the same thing around, but with 12 beads instead of 10. So, let's see how this goes. These are very reflective. I don't know if I can see what I'm doing, but I'll try. 9, 10, 11, 12. And instead of, I'm not going to count back 6. I'm going to just kind of eyeball it and put my needle down in what looks like a good spot to get some height. It could have been a little closer. That's okay. But we are going to bring our needle up in the center of that hump, if I can see it. Good enough. On the inside, count out 12 more. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And put your needle down in a spot that's going to create some dimension. For those of you wondering about the shakiness in my hands, it's from an injury. So, no, I don't have anything wrong with me. It's just from an injury. It caused some muscle weakness years ago. Has not affected my life in the least. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then back down. Right about there. find that ending point from the last bump. I can't see a thing in this. Jeez. And then up through the center. One more time. Back down. You can eyeball it. I trust you. No rules in the creative process. All the way around, and so when I'm done adding these 12s, we're going to take a look at this and see if I need to add more or if that's good enough. Adding my last group of 12 here. And here's the first one, so I'm going to put my needle behind that and next to where those beads are coming out. And there we go. Now I kind of like this. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I could. Maybe I could get some more in there. But for the effect I want, I kind of like this, the way it is. And I'm just going to leave it. So, I added some little, where is that? On this headband, a little bit. These little green, tried to add some little greenery, and that was super easy to do. I just put 5 beads down there and went through the top one and then added 3 more and pushed down and gave me a little leafy effect that I actually like. So that's it. This is great, great, great bead embroidery. Super versatile. And when you're done, just tie off a couple knots, slide your needle through the Peltex, you know, in between. Cut your thread. Carefully cut your piece out, and you can back it or just glue it down or sew it down. Whatever you want. That's it. Super busy looking for a new car. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great week. You're all happy and inspired, so the principle of that is knowing what you are. You own what you know. You own your life. You belong to you. Nobody owns you, despite their claims. That's it. Bye-bye.